And boom!
Boom!
We are live for a show that I have been wanting to do for a very long time over here on this channel. Well, this channel's not very old since I rebooted everything for myself, starting with my new Patreon. So I'm really glad to be doing this. I mean, you guys all know I'm a really big comic book guy. I'm just a fucking geek in general. Like, I love all types of shit. Like, the show's called Comic Book Halls, but like, really, we can show off whatever we want. Like, if you got a toy you want to show off, we'll show it off. You bought like a movie or something, you want to show it off, you can show it off. That's what we're gonna do. um I'll introduce myself. I'm Aiden Cossack. I'm pretty sure you guys know that. I hope you guys know that. It's my Patreon. It's also my YouTube channel. And with me, I have a very special guest. We've actually never done anything on camera before together. We've talked every now and then. We've talked on like Discord and stuff together. Introduce yourself, man.
All right, so hello everybody. I'm Alex Flores. We've never done a show. I've previously had a show on the Nerdcore. I
Yep.
used to host the Weepcore, so
Yep.
it was just pretty much to talk about anime. I haven't done that in a hot minute, and
Yeah.
I've appeared on various Nerdcore episodes.
Yep. This dude, the moment that I was starting this show, I was like, do I want to do it alone? Like, I really don't want to do it alone. Like, part of the fun of like talking about comic books is like having someone to actually talk about it with. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
was
no,
like,
totally.
once I saw you in the Discord, I was like, oh, it's gonna be this guy. I was like, in my head, I knew, but I was like, I'll approach him about it later. I didn't approach you about it till like last week, but I was like, I'm pretty sure he'll say yes. I think he'll be into this. If it's like, we're not going to try to like go on for hours or anything here. Like, we're just having a good time, showing off what we've picked up for the month. In my case, I really don't remember what I've picked up for the month, so I'm just going to show you guys some cool shit on top of like what I do know that I've picked up for the month. So, do we want to just get into it, or
Yeah, let's just get into it. Let's just get it right into the nitty gritty.
I'll let you go first.
Okay, all right, let me start with my singles because these are probably going to fall at any minute. All right, let's start with the DC stuff first. And I don't have this in any particular order because I don't know when the fuck anything came out. So,
Yeah. Super.
First off-
By the way, guys, super laid back show. We're not doing anything strict here. We're just
we don't, no
having
scripts,
fun.
just
No scripts.
just having fun. So, right off the bat, I have the Swamp Thing, number 2 out of 10.
Nice.
It's the new miniseries that just started, and I'm really interested.
Who's working on that?
It's what's his name? Ram V. I want to say Ram V. He's the writer on this one.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember who else is the artist. I'm not too familiar with the team. And just to precursor guys, I'm so behind on everything. I just buy for the fact of buying.
Yeah.
And it takes me forever to catch up on the shit that I buy. So just heads up. It's Ram V. Mike Perkins is the artist. Mike Spencer is the colorist. I love Swamp Thing, so this has been a really interesting one because I was also picking up the Future State books as they were coming out. So I was like, yeah, I need to catch up on this run.
Did you ever watch the Swamp Thing show that they did on the DC universe?
I watched like the first episode or two, and and I fell behind because I was still an undergrad at the time, so I was still doing my bachelor's. And then as soon as I heard that it got canceled, like my anticipation and my will to just finish it was like, it just fell.
I don't even remember. Like, it was like a really stupid reason why it got canceled. It was something like
it was production.
it was literally like a tax refund thing.
Yeah, it was,
which is why they canceled it. And I was like, man, that kind of sucks.
Things got too expensive. Warner Brothers was like, we don't want to cover the cost. Like, we're not getting that much of a tax refund. So, you know what? Just cut the whole show entirely, which pissed me off because I was like, yo, like, this is our first chance of getting a really good Swamp Thing show.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and you just like threw it away. And I feel like a TV show was the right move to make too.
Yeah.
Instead of like a movie.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can really do a movie on Swamp Thing and be able to capture the essence and kind of just like the whole vibe that surrounds Swamp Thing, whether you want to go like the classic horror that Len Wein did, or you want to kind of go the more like philosophical stuff and just deeper stuff that Alan Moore did. I think you need a show to be able to explore those kind of elements.
Right. All right, I'm pulling some things out as we're talking.
Yeah, no
Because I'm
worries.
like, let me show off some of the shit that I kind of like think is really cool.
Going off of, I know you were asking about Nightwing in
Oh yeah.
on Twitter, so picked up Nightwing 79,
Ooh.
the new Tom Taylor
I
run.
need to read that
I've
because
been
I
hearing, I've been
love
hearing,
Nightwing.
I've been hearing great things, and I started loving Tom Taylor and a lot of the stuff that he's been doing. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna jump on the book. As soon as I picked up 78, which was his like start, I was like, I told my local comic shop like, yo, just add it to my pool.
Just fucking add it.
just add it right
do it.
there.
Yeah. And
Whatever.
I found, for anyone who might be watching this show, if you live in the San Antonio area, because like I don't give a fuck if people know where I live. Like, you want to, if you're gonna come pull up on me, come do it, man, do it. But if you live in the San Antonio area, Alien World's comic book shop is one of the best comic book shops I've ever been to. The whole staff there is incredible. And the guy who owns it and runs it is one of the nicest guys I have ever met. So definitely go check out that shop.
Yeah, no, I probably need to roll up there because I have friends that live in the San Antonio area, and
Mm-hmm.
I frequent there every so often. So
Mm-hmm.
I need to check it out. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm
have you heard
always,
of it or no?
no, this is my first
Okay.
time hearing of it.
Yeah, they are great. They're also hosting a whole bunch of my hot toys that I just went in and sold to them the other day. So like they have like a whole shelf that is literally all my hot toys that I just sold to them. Like some John Wicks, Stan Lee, like a whole bunch of stuff. So definitely go check that out.
That's one part of the hobby I have not ventured into yet because I'm like, no.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, no, it's so
So
expensive.
expensive.
I have the only thing that I have like on pre-order right now is on Entertainment Earth. I have a Constantine Mezco 1 in 12, like the 1x12 collector line. It's a John Constantine Mezco figure, which I love Constantine. Which I'll go over my love of Constantine right now.
Yeah, do it.
I have all my stuff. I'm just going through all the singles first, but I love Constantine. Keeping on the Tom Taylor kick, I got Batman the Detective, #1.
Ooh.
It's an interesting one. It's a miniseries that he's writing with who's the artist on this one? It was actually really good. This one was one I was like, you know what, I'm gonna read it right now. I was in the car, just you know what, I'm gonna read it right now, and it was a nice fun read.
Art, I feel like, is so crucial to like comics. Who's your favorite? Yeah. Who's your favorite Batman artist?
Oh, fuck, favorite Batman artist.
I'll say mine. Jim Lee, 100%.
Jim Lee. Okay, yeah, Jim Lee.
100%.
Jim Lee is a damn good. I don't really have a particular favorite Batman artist.
Yeah.
I have favorite Batman runs.
Yeah, for sure.
Jim Lee's great. I love Jim Lee. The name escapes. Neil Adams. Neil Adams. If you go back to like 70s,
he's my second.
Neil Adams.
Like it's just such like a classic look. You know what I mean? Like you look at it and it's like that's Batman.
It's classic and modern at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if it's the 70s, like it was still like that's literally how they still have Batman looking to this day.
Yeah, like playing the Arkham games, like the Arkham games are like my favorite games like ever. And playing them, it's like I can see Neil Adams like in this look, but it has been like so modernized.
Oh yeah.
But I look at that and I'm like, this person likes Neil Adams Batman. You know what? Whoever it was who like created the character build for that, like, is totally a Neil Adams guy.
Oh yeah, no, totally Neil Adams. Everything about the Neil Adams like just look he went for.
Yeah. All right. I'll start showing off a couple of mine.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna turn off my ring light because it kind of fucks up with the glare. We've got this. I'm also gonna like kind of dip my computer down. We've got this bad boy right here, which Alien Worlds hooked me up with. A lot of these, I have to say, I only got because I sold them those hot toys. Like some of these I got for free, and this is one of them. Captain Marvel #1, which really crisp, really clean.
Like, that looks clean. I'm not even like just looking at it right through the bag and board. It's so clean.
Like there's nothing wrong with it other than like you can kind of see on the border there's like a little bit of like that wrinkling that kind of happens over time, but that happens.
That's still clean.
Yeah, and then I've got this one right here, Captain America 154. This was the first Nomad introduction, not the first one with him on the cover, but the
Yeah.
first Nomad.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
really, really cool issue, especially because actually we'll talk about it. I don't know who your favorite comic book characters are, but like
My
my whole
favorite.
life, my favorite has always been Batman. My second favorite has always been Captain America.
Mine, yeah, no, I grew up a huge Batman fan because I grew up a huge
Yeah.
DC fan,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't get into like Marvel until much later. But one of my biggest Marvel character, like favorite Marvel character, is Daredevil, Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So those are my Marvel guys.
Yeah. I really got into Daredevil as a kid because the movie, in
I
which I know a lot of, like, because like I grew up like comics, like I didn't see comics before I saw these movies.
Yeah,
I think up to like the point when the second Silver Surfer had come out, or Fantastic Four 2 Rise of the Silver Surfer, the movie, I hadn't actually read a comic yet, but that was like when I got into it. And so like I loved all those like shitty comic book movies that were out.
same. Like I am a staunch defender of the Ben Affleck Daredevil. I'm like, I know it's not.
It's good.
It's good. I know it's not perfect, but god damn it, it's a good movie.
It's got things going on in it. And I'll just kind of show some off that like don't really need too much. This is a really cool Amazing Spider-Man issue right here with him and the Punisher on the front. Which one? 201. Really cool.
Sometimes you don't even need like a reason to buy a comic. It's literally just like the cover. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh hey.
Yeah, some of them I'm just like, that cover's awesome. I have to have it. Like a lot. So like I buy a lot of singles because I buy old singles because I'm like,
Yeah.
I just really love that cover. Because like that cover brings like a sense of like nostalgia to me. Like I love this Captain America cover right here where it's just like, that's just so crisp. You know what I mean?
That's just
and
crisp.
like the color is so great on it. Like there's really no like,
It screams Captain America.
yeah, like that's all you need, man.
Yeah, honestly, that's really all you need.
Yeah, I'll finish up with this one, and I got a mini series I'll show off. Got this bad boy right here.
Oh.
I think this one was the first time Thor and Beta Ray Bill actually like clashed because Beta Ray Bill was introduced in the issue before this one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this is
like.
what's up?
No. I was like, what issue is that one?
This is the Mighty Thor 338.
Yeah.
And I think Beta Ray Bill was 337.
Yes, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like right at the beginning of the Walt Simonson run.
Yeah. And I really like they had this for like $30. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, 337. Yeah.
Whatever y'all want to buy it, whatever y'all want to sell it for, sure, go for it. Because I'm scooping it.
That's perfect. No, that is perfect. Yeah, 337 is Beta Ray Bill's debut, and then that's perfect. Yeah. For $30, I would have taken it. Shit.
Yeah, for sure. And I got to finish off this initial pull with the Falcon mini series that only ran 4 issues because no one fucking bought it because no one cared. One of the hottest characters in the world right now because of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I have the whole run. I have issue 1. We've got issue number 2, issue number 3, and issue number 4.
That's beautiful.
So I could not be happier about that, especially because all in all, I think this whole thing I paid a little over $30 for the whole run.
That's not even. That's not bad either.
That's awesome.
Let me go and just finish off some of my stuff.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
I got this one's one that I have been waiting for. The Lock and Key Sandman crossover, Hell and Gone number 1.
Ooh, I want to read that one so bad, dude. I saw that top of my timeline.
I saw that. I heard as soon as I heard about this one, I was like, Lock and Key is a series I've been meaning to get into. I'm a huge Sandman freak, so I was like, this is getting bought.
Yeah,
and then I have
Sandman Lucifer guy. I've actually got you say what you got. I'll show it.
So I also have the Sandman Universe, The Dreaming Waking Hours number 9. I've been following this one. G. Willow Wilson, Nick Robles, and then it's a great series. It's a fun little series into the Sandman universe.
Yeah, I'm rereading this, but I've got my Lucifer Volume 1.
I'm aiming to get the Omni for the Lucifer one.
Yeah, this was just gifted to me from my uncle because he's a really big like Neil Gaiman guy.
Yeah.
So I gotta get the whole omnibus.
I have not. I honestly have not read past issue 7 of this, but me being a Tom King fan, I had to. It's Rorschach, Rorschach number 7. I haven't gotten that far, so I still need to catch up. I got Batman Black and White issue number 5. I just love the idea of just all these writers doing little mini stories on this, and it's just straight black and white, so it's a ton of fun.
I almost bought. I think they had Batman Black and White Volume 1 like collected the other day at the store, and I almost just bought that because I was like, I just want to read. I was like, I just want to read something Batman.
Yeah,
so
no.
At the time, I was honestly, like, should I pick that up?
Honestly, like, because this is the newer run, this is the current run.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to read like some fun Batman stories, just random stories by all sorts of different writers and different artists, like this ongoing series.
Yeah, I think that will be making an appearance for next month on my side.
And then Justice League number 60.
Oh yeah, I love that cover, dude.
Oh, same. It's a beautiful cover.
That's a great cover, dude.
And so then I got like my Marvel stuff.
Here, I'll show some off, kicking off into more because I've got a lot of Marvel stuff.
These are all just my modern Marvel stuff. So I got Thor number 14, the end of Donny Cates's Prey storyline.
Nice.
Where they brought back Donald Blake.
I never. They brought back Donald Blake.
Yeah,
I never really read too much like Thor growing up. Like I was never really that interested in the character, but like anytime I would, I was like, oh, this is really interesting.
Honestly, Cates's run and then the Jason Aaron run before him are the reason why I started getting into the Thor character. So that's when I started exploring the older Thor, the Lee Kirby Thor, and then like even the Walt Simonson Thor. Those are all just great.
Lee and Kirby, and then I don't know who it was who did like the whole Jane Foster angle. Like I don't know who it was.
That one's Jason Aaron. That's part of Jason Aaron.
I read all of that. Just because like at the time I was like 14 and I was like, man, this is really cool. I'm still
trying to catch up on that one.
I'll show this off. I'm trying to collect the whole thing.
Oh, Secret Wars?
Original Secret Wars. Yeah. I got issue 4, I believe. Yep, with Hulk whenever he lifted up the mountain. It's like a pretty famous thing in comics. Which one's this? 6? No, we got issue number 5. This is when like the X-Men and the Avengers were like getting pissed off at each other and like had that whole issue where they were just like battling each other. Then we've got issue 6 here with like all these like really cool villains on the cover. Like you've got Doctor Doom, you got Crusher Creel, Ultron, Lizard. You know, you've got all these cool guys. What's her name? Volcania. You got her up in there. Like you got all kinds of cool people. Which one is this? And then we got issue number 9. This is when Galactus like unveiled his machine to like eat the whole planet that they were on because he was getting pissed off
on Battleworld.
Yep. So that's some cool stuff there.
Oh my god! I need to explore the Secret Wars run. I haven't gotten around to it, but I need to, even though it has that stigma. Like
the original one.
Yeah, the original one. I haven't gotten around to that one.
Yeah, it's good. It's like not great, but it's good.
It literally holds the stigma of it was just made to sell toys.
Yeah.
If you ever hear the backstory of that one, that it was literally just made to sell toys. It was just one big 12-issue commercial.
Yeah, and the funny thing too with like them like trying to sell like the Magneto toy, but they were like, well, we're only gonna make heroes. So they were like, okay, and then they had like the whole like idea of like the trial of Magneto to like make him a good guy just so that way they could sell a toy. But you know, you gotta love the comic industry. There's a lot of like weird stories with that.
Honestly, sometimes the comic book industry, like behind the scenes, is just as entertaining as the books themselves.
Yeah, it is. I'll show off a couple more real quick. I've got this issue, which I thought was cool. I got Alpha Flight. Introducing Alpha Flight. Talisman. I'm a really big Alpha Flight fan. Like, I think Alpha Flight could be the next Guardians of the Galaxy as far as like the films go, whenever they go into like the mutants and all that. Like if they made like a goofy, like fun, adventurous Alpha Flight movie, I think that would do so well.
I would love to see Alpha Flight in the movies just because I love John Byrne, and just like Alpha Flight is just that one underrepresented team that doesn't get any love, but they're just so good.
literally no love, and like all the mutants have like stupid powers, but they're all like so cool in the way that they like work off of each other. Like I love the Alpha Flight. Like check out your Canadian X-Men. Do it. We got some more Secret Wars stuff. This is during Secret Wars 2.
Okay.
Secret Wars 2 had like a lot of like tie-ins. So this is like
no, that one had more tie-ins.
Yeah, this was like one of the Amazing Spider-Man ones, and then this was the one that takes place right after it. I'm not as familiar with the Secret Wars 2 story. I don't know what's going on as much in these issues, but like I think that's some like really good classic Spider-Man art right there. That's like Spider-Man being conflicted with something, having like all these floating heads in his head talking to him. Like that's Spider-Man. Yeah, and then we got the story that follows up after it with like the return of the Hobgoblin. Anything with the classic like Black Spider-Man suit, I will pick up.
Oh yeah, no, the classic Black Spider-Man suit is just beautiful.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'll let you go.
I got Beta Ray Bill, the current ongoing miniseries, number 2, by Daniel Warren Johnson. This is a really good one. I've read number 1 already. I haven't gone through number 2, but oh man, it's such a good story.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Beta Ray Bill is one of those characters that they need to get into also in the MCU one day. Yeah,
for this one, it really ties into like the Thor with Donny Cates, because Beta Ray Bill's been, if you haven't read, like spoilers, if you haven't read Thor from Donny Cates, Beta Ray Bill got his ass whooped by Thor, and Thor essentially broke Stormbreaker.
Oh wow!
This is while he was still the Herald of Galactus.
Okay.
So Thor became the Herald of Galactus to like take down everyone to say it was the Black Winter, and so like Beta Ray Bill swooped in and was like, "Hey, what the hell's wrong with you?" and like tried to get him to stop, and Thor just completely obliterated him and broke Stormbreaker. Nope, you're not stopping me, and just mopped the floor with Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, not happening today, buddy.
And so it's a really great. So basically, the Daniel Warren Johnson miniseries is kind of like Beta Ray Bill's redemption, kind of like him trying to find himself again.
Yeah, putting him back. I'll pull this out real quick while you brought it up. I just love this Thor cover. I have no idea. I don't really know too much about this story. I just think this cover is awesome.
I forgot his name. I'm not. Again, we said it off the episode, but like me and 90s Marvel, we don't mix so well.
I don't know who was on this, to be honest.
I don't know. I know that's Thunder. Yeah, that's Thunderstrike.
Thunderstrike issue number 1.
Yeah, I forgot what's his name, the one that takes over for Thor. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with it. I have no sentimental attachment to that.
Nope. None really.
So, like I mentioned, I'm a Daredevil fan, and I hadn't kept up with the Chip Zdarsky run that's been ongoing, but I started keeping it up because Elektra's Daredevil right now.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't because I haven't kept up with like a lot of current stuff, and I hadn't really heard about that until the other day. I was like looking at like Instagram, and like this dude like who makes like custom Lego minifigures popped up. He was like, "This is my Daredevil." I was like, "Daredevil looks really weird." And he was like, "Oh, it's because it's Elektra," and I was like, "Oh, I need to look into that."
Yeah, so I just started as soon as I heard that she started being Daredevil. I was like, "All right, I'm jumping on the series. I love Elektra. I gotta jump on."
Yeah.
So we talked about X-Men off camera, and so I'm starting to get into some of the Reign of X stuff because I didn't jump in like on the Dawn of X right after House of X and Powers of X, but I jumped onto some. I got Children of the Atom number 2.
Nice.
So this is a current ongoing one, and then I got Way of X. I love this cover. Just
yeah, that's beautiful. Nightcrawler is awesome, dude.
It's written by Simon Spurrier, and he's the one that wrote like the most recent Constantine run. So as soon as I heard he was going to be on an X-Men book, I was like, all right, picking it up.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I got. Star Wars: The High Republic number 4. I haven't been keeping up with it, but I'm a huge Star Wars.
Any of the High Republic stuff. Like I fell off of new canon. I think I fell off the new Star Wars canon around the time that the Claudia Gray book about Leia came out.
Yeah.
That was the last thing I read.
I keep up with it as much as I can. Like I'm not constantly buying it. I nick and pick, but as soon as I heard of the High Republic, I was like, all right, I'm jumping right in. So I have a lot of the novels put away. I've been keeping up with the ongoing from Marvel.
Yeah.
It was one
for
thing
a while. I was reading everything that was like the new canon. Like I would even go to Target and I would buy like the $5 children's books that would have like small tidbits about new canon because I was obsessed. I was like, I need to know everything going on in Star Wars before The Force Awakens comes out.
That's me right now with the High Republic. The High Republic is where I bought like the adult novel, the young adult novel, the middle grade novel. I'm like going just deep into it.
Yeah.
Simon Spurrier's. We're just keeping the Simon Spurrier again. I got Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade.
Ooh.
So
nice.
I haven't read King in Black. I know that this follows King in Black, but I'm not reading King in Black.
I like King in Black. It's good.
I haven't got into it. I was like, I'll get into it eventually.
Yeah. I'm waiting now for like a collection of it to come out because I just want to buy it and read it all as one big story.
It should be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah. I'm sure sometime in the next couple months.
Yeah, no, definitely. I have Eternals #4.
Yeah.
From the current ongoing. And then I just started jumping onto this one from Dan. It's Dan Slott's Fantastic Four run. Right now they're about to have the Wedding of Doom. So I just wanted to jump on.
On that Eternals, everyone out there, buy your Eternals now while you can. Because once this movie comes out, Eternals is going to be hot.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think for a while I was kind of like, Eternals, like I'm looking forward to the movie. Like I like what's his name who did like a run in like 2010?
Neil Gaiman?
Was Neil Gaiman?
Yeah, Neil Gaiman did an Eternals.
I think it was his run on Eternals that I really like that story. And
I want to say it was it that one, or let me see.
But anyways, I really liked it, and I was like, I don't really know why they're going to do this in the MCU. Like, cool, but like, what's the reason now? But I think it's becoming more clear, and I'm pumped for that movie.
Neil Gaiman did it around. Yeah, Neil Gaiman did it around 2008.
Yeah, 2008. That's what it was. I was like, it's around like 2010, something like that.
Yeah, so that was the Neil Gaiman run. That's when he did with John Romita Jr. And John Romita Jr. does beautiful art on that.
Beautiful art. It's great.
I'm looking at my shelf, and right away I have my Eternals by Jack Kirby trade right there. I jumped on that one because I'm a huge Jack Kirby nut, so I think that's why I'm so
as you should be.
If you're not into Jack Kirby,
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, honestly, just what's wrong with you?
Literally, what's wrong with you? I don't understand you.
Fantastic Four, Thor, Eternals, Jack
I'll
Kirby's
show off a couple more that I got here. I got a lot, dude. Like I have so much to show off.
Oh, don't worry. I'm just finishing my singles. I only have like 2 singles left.
I'm working on my collection. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get everything Infinity. We got Infinity Gauntlet #1. This is great condition. Like I have not seen one that's in this good of condition. I actually need to get this one graded because I think that I'm sitting on like a 9.8 right here. It's like I really want to get that graded.
No, that looks like an easy 9 point something.
Yeah, looks good. Then we got issue #2. Great cover. It's when Adam Warlock cracks out of that cocoon, comes back. I think this is issue #3. Yeah, issue #3. I'm a huge Adam Warlock fan too. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in the MCU. I want his omnibus so bad. And then I'm missing 4 and 5, but I do have issue #6.
Oh, issue
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I just recently
Nebula gets Gauntlet.
Oh, I love that part. I love that part in the story because she just like immediately just boom.
She's like, "Fuck you, Thanos."
And then I love that one shot as once Adam Warlock gets it and you just see him wielding it. It's the best.
So good. And he's basically just like, "Shut it down. It's over."
It's like, all right, you're done. No more.
It's over, baby. That's what I thought we were gonna get in the MCU for a while, but like by the time we got to Infinity War and I was like, they still haven't introduced Adam Warlock, I was like, it's not happening.
Yeah, no. When Guardians 2 happened and I just saw him in his cocoon, I was like, come on, give it to me.
It's so weird. Like, this is one of my things that I think is weird. So they have like the traditional Adam Warlock cocoon appear in like 2 movies. And then Guardians 2 like completely disregarded that and then like made it like that like silver like that gold chamber where like
Yeah,
he's being crafted for like the first time rather
yeah.
than like having already existed. Which it's cool, but I don't know.
Let's finish up my singles. I
Yeah.
have Berserker #2, written by Keanu Reeves.
What?
Yeah, he's
Written by
right.
Keanu Reeves?
It stars in too. Like I don't know if you can see it. Let me take it out of the bag. So
I'm literally putting a note in right now to immediately Google the series and buy that. That looks awesome.
yeah, it's Keanu Reeves writing and starring in his own book.
Yep. That's literally all you have to tell me.
Honestly, as like, I remember when I heard it, I was like, "Yep, I'm sold. I'm there."
There's nothing else you have to tell me to get me to be like, okay, I gotta read that.
Like even the story is kind of just like this bare bones story. He's supposed to have like be this ancient warrior that's like immortal and just kind of just kicking ass. And it's like,
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
And then I haven't read this one. It's by James Tynion IV. He's the current writer on Batman. This is his creator-owned book. Something is Killing the Children.
Okay.
I have not read the series. This is actually issue #1. I got it at my local comic shop because this variant cover was exclusive to those who bought Berserker #1.
Oh.
So if you had bought Berserker #1 and like your local comic book shop's like, oh yeah, no, I remember you bought Berserker #1, you get this one for free.
Oh shit! I need to go see if that's something I can.
Yeah,
do.
All right.
Interesting. I'll have to check that out. But also, let me run through these.
Yeah.
Also, in my Infinity collection, trying to go back. I'm trying to go back and rebuild my whole comic collection. So we're starting from scratch. So I've got 2 issue #1s of Infinity War, which is one of my favorite covers ever. Just showing off everyone, and then on the flip side, having everyone else there with like the Magus in the back, all menacing like. I love it. We got issue #2 for Infinity War. Bring my thing back down. Issue #2, U.S. Agent. Everyone's hot on him right now. Hot on him or they hate him. And then we've got Infinity War #3. Really cool Galactus art right there. You had that awesome Galactus Funko Pop that you showed off.
Oh week. Yeah, no. I would get it, but it's a big boy, so
yeah, you're good. Infinity War #4. And Infinity War is not as good of a story as Infinity Gauntlet, but I still really like it. Like I think there's room for them to do something like it in the MCU one day. And then Infinity War #6, which is also another great cover. Like the colors on this are just crazy good.
So I'm a big Silver Surfer fan, and I bought the Epic Collection of the Thanos Quest, the Silver Surfer Thanos Quest Epic Collection, and then I was reading more and more about like the Infinity Gauntlet. So I have Infinity Gauntlet in trade too, and if you know Infinity Gauntlet, the lead up was the whole story was crafted in the Silver Surfer ongoing by Jim Starlin, and then that's when he does the miniseries Thanos Quest. Yep. So the Infinity Gauntlet storyline was never supposed to be a miniseries.
Oh, really? It was just supposed to be like an ongoing...
It was just supposed to be in the pages of Silver Surfer.
Cool. I didn't know that.
So Jim Starlin was like, oh, yeah, no, I have this whole story planned, Thanos, the Infinity Gauntlet. And when Marvel heard, it was like, hey, we're turning that into a miniseries. And he's like, well, no, I kind of just wanted to stay in my... Yeah, he's like, I kind of just wanted to stay in my Silver Surfer. I'm like, no. Like, we're turning it into our next big miniseries.
I feel like I feel where he's coming from on that, but I also like... It turned out so well, you know what I mean? Where like you can't be mad at it, and like I'll show this one off. Silver Surfer obviously has his part that he plays in the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know if it's the same one that would have if he had kept it going, because Silver Surfer kind of just like shows up and is like, "This purple dude's about to kick everybody's ass, bro! Like you gotta, you need to go jump on that right now."
Lands right through the Sanctum Sanctorum. He's like, guys,
Dude, I marked out so hard watching Infinity War the first night that it came out. Whenever Hulk landed in the same way that Silver Surfer does. I was like, it's like Silver Surfer! To my girlfriend at the time, she's like, what are you talking about, babe? She's like, I don't understand.
You're like, but it's Silver Surfer and
and it connects to, like, it's paying tribute to and then in Endgame, whenever Jim Starlin shows up and was like, that's the guy who made Thanos. And like my grandma was like, "Shut up! I don't care."
I don't give a damn, nerd. God,
where's the Robert Downey Jr. at? I'll show this one off real quick. I actually pulled it out, but I love it. Silver Sable in the Wild Pack issue #1, which has like this really weird like
chromium
aluminum foil kind of thing going on.
Oh, it's so 90s.
It's so 90s, dude. And I got a couple other ones right here too. Avengers West Coast and a Wonder Man.
Oh.
I want to see Wonder Man show up in the MCU one day.
Let's see. Where do I start? Okay.
Yeah.
So
what do you got?
Let's start on my Masterworks. I have never collected Masterworks because they're fucking expensive.
Yes.
But the John Byrne omnibus is kind of like, I don't know if it's out of print or whatnot. So I was like, you know what? I'm collecting John Byrne's Fantastic Four run through the Masterwork. So this is volume 21. It's right at the beginning of his Fantastic Four run. It's got 232 through 240, annual number 16, and Fantastic Four roast #1.
What?
Yeah, so if you don't know John Byrne and his like humor style, so basically everyone, praises Deadpool for breaking the fourth wall. John Byrne did that shit before, Deadpool did it.
Dang. I didn't know all that.
So he was constantly like breaking the fourth wall. He loved doing it with She-Hulk especially. So when he was
okay, I did know about that. Okay.
Yeah, so basically he kind of did it here in the Fantastic Four, but as soon as he got on She-Hulk, that's where he was just like, all right, I'm going balls to the wall with this kind of shit.
I'm gonna go crazy with that.
I love the sensational She-Hulk #1, and she's like, all right, guys, either you buy my book or I'm coming to destroy all your X-Men comics.
That's great. I really want I don't want She-Hulk to like break the fourth wall in the show, but like I want it to be like I want them to like nod a little bit, maybe like a self-narration where it's like, all right, guys, and this is what happened next. You know what? Like something like that. I feel like would be really cool on the show.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't want like it to go completely like John Byrne, but I wanted to find that niche because I've always told people the reason why I like She-Hulk is because unlike her cousin, she kind of embraces the Hulk.
Yeah, she's like, this is who I am.
She's like, fuck it, this is who I am. This is my new power. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna embrace it. So I really like that.
Lawyer though.
She's like, all right, I'm just gonna show up to the fucking courtroom, green as fuck, and
And that's it.
That's it. So I got Masterworks #22. It's got Fantastic Four #241 through 250, What If #36, and Silver Surfer #1.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
So let's see. And then
let me see the cover of that Masterworks again. Like I love that Fantastic Four issue that they put. Oh, that's a great cover.
It's a great cover. I love this cover. I love John Byrne's art. So honestly, John Byrne is a great artist. So I also picked up this one. I got this one off of eBay. It's out of print. So these collect John Byrne's ongoing run from like 232 on. That's like when he jumped on the book completely. These capture like the stuff that he was doing with the FF before he got on the book. So it's got like Marvel Team Up 61 through 62, Marvel 2-in-1 #50, Marvel Fantastic Four #215 through 218. That one he was just the artist on it, and then 220 to 221. That one he actually wrote and drew.
That's awesome.
So that captures his stuff before, and then just to finish my Fantastic Four haul, the Marvel Select Edition Fantastic Four Behold Galactus.
So that's also a really good cover for that too.
Oh yeah, no. So this one collects the original Lee Kirby Galactus trilogy. This also covers the Lee John Buscema Galactus story that they have, and then John Byrne's Galactus story.
Nice, dude.
So if you just want Galactus goodness in the Fantastic Four, this is the way to go.
Buy it now, people, before they make their movie.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like jump on the Fantastic Four before the movie, because if not, it's just going to like be so hard to find.
I have this feeling, like I just feel like they're finally gonna nail it.
Oh no, so when they announced it, I was actually watching the Investors Day meeting. I found the link to it and everything. I was watching it and everything, and when I saw the four appear, dude, I almost cried.
Yeah, because like we knew it was coming, but it's like, oh, I didn't know it was coming this fast.
Yeah, no. So I was thinking like, all right, it'll come like I don't know, 2025, something like that. when they finally start getting around to doing X-Men. But as soon as I saw that 4 come out, I was like, oh, bro, I was like, all right, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, big Fantastic Four fan. Let me show off these 3 real quick. This one's really cool. I just picked it up because I thought the cover was doing something unique that I hadn't seen. 30th anniversary of Spider-Man. I honestly don't really know what the contents of this issue are, though. It like says that it introduces a new villain. I don't know who that new villain is, though.
What's the issue?
Let's see. It's Spider-Man number 26. The 30th anniversary.
Spider-Man 26.
I don't know. It's never been opened. There's also like a really cool like Captain America poster that's on the inside that I just like don't want to fuck with. But like I've actually seen that same exact issue show up all the time. Like every time I go to a Half Price Books, like I always see that issue. But that's the best condition I've seen it in, so I picked it up. Then I've also got this one, which like showed us like the first origin of Venom. It wasn't his first appearance, but it showed us like everything detailing like the background of the character. And for those of y'all who don't know, Venom is like my second favorite comic book villain of all time. And yes, I say villain. I know that he's more of a hero now. I don't really like that.
That's Venom. What I was actually about to ask. I'm like, did you? So, I guess because like everyone, like if you don't know Venom, Venom starts becoming a hero towards like once he starts getting all his miniseries in the 90s. Yep. So I was like, is that where you just kind of like, I don't like what y'all are doing here?
Everything after Lethal Protector, I kind of check out of.
Okay.
Because I'm like, it's not the Venom I like. You know what I mean? Which I have to show off. But I've also got this one, which is great. Green Goblin versus the Hobgoblin. I just love that art. Like, you know, Spider-Man's legit. And anyone who likes comics likes Spider-Man. Spider-Man's legit.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand, honestly. It really does.
Yeah. And while we're talking about symbiotes, I'll show it off. I got
Lethal Protector number 1.
Lethal Protector number 1, which Half Price Books sold for $20. They're actually idiots. Amazing condition.
That is like, beautiful condition.
It's aged so well. They also had issue number 2, so I'm going for the whole 6-part series.
Going for the whole run.
I'm going for the whole run, man. Then I got a couple more that are just highlighting my boy. Got this awesome, amazing Spider-Man issue here with some great Venom art. Then we got Amazing Spider-Man 375, which is also another great cover, classic Spider-Man versus Venom going on there. And then we've got the Amazing Spider-Man 378, which I am a little upset has like a small watermark by like the number. Yeah, but it's nothing too crazy. But Carnage is actually my favorite comic book villain of all time. So getting to see both of them go at it like that on the cover is great.
Yeah, that's a great cover. What was it? Oh man, I mean, granted, it's not a spoiler because the movie's like years old by now. That tease for Carnage at the end of Venom. Oh man, no, Woody Harrelson has like the world's shittiest wig on, and
I laughed. I was in the theater like hysterically laughing the fact that people thought that was cool.
Yeah, no, because what was it? I remember because a friend of mine was making fun of it. He's like, who talks that way when he's like, and when I get out, there will be carnage.
Oh my god. I was so pissed when I saw that. The best part about the Venom movie is the second post-credit scene when it shows you the first, like when it shows you like 3 minutes of footage from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
It has nothing to do with the actual movie. It has to do with another movie. That is a better movie.
I totally forgot that was like the second post-credits.
Yeah, because the post-credit scene or the second one in Venom was the whole scene whenever Peter I don't know if he's Peter B. Parker or Peter Parker shows up at the graveyard.
Yeah, that's Peter B. Parker.
Yeah, Peter B. Parker shows up at the graveyard, and then they have like that whole thing where like Miles gets stuck to the train because like he doesn't know what he's doing. Like it's great, but I don't like the Venom movie. I don't. Oof, my camera froze. Let me. You hate to see it.
Well, I'll keep the show going for right now.
Continue on.
All right. So, let's start with this one since we were talking about our girl Jennifer. I found this at this comic shop that I have at my local mall. I got the entire Dan Slott run, so it's Volume 1, single green female.
Nice.
Volume 2, Superhuman Law. Let's see. Volume 3, Time Trials. Let's see. And we got Volume 4, Laws of Attraction. And then wrapping it up with this one's She-Hulk, Planet Without a Hulk. This one takes place during Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
And marks the end of the Dan Slott run on She-Hulk.
I think that's the run that like the show's gonna take the most inspiration from.
More than likely. I see this one probably being the biggest inspiration for it. And maybe borrowing a little bit from John Byrne, but I see it the most from that one. And then I bought this one as well just because I love Charles Soule. It's Volume 1 of his She-Hulk run.
Yeah.
Law and Disorder. I love Charles
Soule is great, dude.
The dude's a fucking amazing writer. I love a lot of his stuff. So
he's got a lot of stuff in the new Star Wars canon too. That
I know. Like, that was the stuff that I've been collecting.
Yeah. Is he writing a lot of the High Republic stuff?
He wrote the first novel.
I'll have to read that novel.
He wrote the first one, Light of the Jedi. That's the very first novel that kind of kicks off the whole High Republic canon.
Whole event.
Yeah, the whole thing. That's the first novel that kicks it off. The comic is written by Kevin Scott, and he's also writing the next one, the next adult novel. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but that's what he's writing.
I got to get into that. Ugh, let me show off. I haven't showed off like anything DC really. Sorry guys. Let me do it.
No worry, I got you covered right now. That's all I have left is my DC stuff. Oh, Crisis.
Crisis number 1. I love it. They actually had the whole run. I just couldn't afford it at the time. I just bought the ones that I liked the most. This is Crisis number 10. I just love it because I love the Spectre.
Oh, the Spectre's so good.
So getting to see like the Spectre against the Anti-Monitor like that is really cool.
The one Funko Pop that was like a convention exclusive a while back, like about a couple months ago, that I had to pick up was the Spectre.
Yeah, Spectre's awesome, dude. Like, I would love to see like a Spectre like HBO Max series.
Oh, definitely
would.
I was kind of upset when they did the Spectre in the Arrowverse. I don't know if you like watch the Arrowverse.
Oh no, I fell off the Arrowverse so long ago. Like, I am not into it, dude.
Oh, I'm the only like Arrowverse show that I truly like. Okay, you know what? This is really good. Was Legends of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the only one that
I didn't watch. I didn't watch that one.
That one's actually pretty good. That one I think is pretty good. I couldn't get into Flash. Couldn't get into Green Arrow. I couldn't get into a lot of the stuff. Also, well, I mean, it's not technically Arrowverse, but I heard it's kind of try to cross over. I got into Stargirl when it started.
It's still. I think it. Like, it's within the multiverse, but I don't know if it is like.
I was reading the other day that they're getting John Wesley Shipp to come out as Golden Age Flash on Stargirl this upcoming season.
Okay.
So they're gonna try to
do it.
Plant the seeds for it eventually.
You know what's really funny? The fact that they're like, Warner was like, Stargirl takes place on Earth 2, and then like a week later was like, Robert Pattinson's Batman takes place on Earth 2. I was like, ain't no fucking way that these two are in the same universe.
That's honestly, that's where I'm just like, just stop trying to give it Earths, guys. Just stop.
Literally, just don't.
Like, we'll put it on our own mind that it doesn't take place in the same universe. Just stop trying to give it numbers. Like, Marvel kind of has it down. Y'all just make up shit as you go.
Yeah, it's yeah, nope. But also, this is the last Crisis issue that I got. That's just a classic image with like the Anti-Monitor just being like, I
think out of all the Crisis issues, my favorite one is still. I mean, it's everybody's favorite one. It's the one everybody goes to. It's the cover where Superman's holding Supergirl.
Yeah, that one's expensive.
Yeah, no, because that one's like one of the more sought after covers.
Yeah, that one's expensive. They didn't have that one. They did not have that one. I'll show these two off too. This is my favorite Suicide Squad.
I just started reading that, and it's so good.
Yeah, it's very good, and I love it. I also love that like James Gunn for the DC Fandom poster took a lot of inspiration from this issue cover.
His whole movie's supposed to be taking inspiration from the John Ostrander run, and that's where I'm like, we're getting our Suicide Squad.
Yeah, we're getting the Suicide Squad that we thought we were supposed to get the first time. Which this is not like David Ayer watched the first 15 minutes of Batman Assault on Arkham and was
Dude.
"Oh, that's Suicide Squad."
Dude. So everyone's like on like, oh, release the David Ayer cut. Release the David Ayer cut. I was like, I don't want to watch it. I
don't want to see it. I feel like it's worse than whatever came out.
And I told people like, and I've said this for the longest time. The biggest thing that pisses me off to this day is that like the villain in it is Enchantress. I was like, what the fuck does the Suicide Squad? What the fuck does the Suicide Squad have to do with Enchantress? Like,
Enchantress?
Yeah, like one, she's in the fucking Suicide Squad. Two, like, and this is when I started getting into more comics at the time. I was like getting into New 52 and especially Justice League Dark because I love Constantine.
I've read a lot of the New 52 stuff, dude.
Like when you think about it, when you think about the context of the New 52 and like the Justice League got their ass obliterated by Enchantress and that's why they had to create Justice League Dark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, so then what the fuck is the Suicide Squad doing facing Enchantress? If she fucking if she fucking wiped the floor with the Justice League, what the fuck are they gonna do?
We're gonna get into a whole Suicide Squad rant because like I also hate the fact that they're like, what are these metahumans gonna? I was like, it's Harley Quinn in Captain Boomerang in Deadshot in Rick Flag. I'm like what the
four of like the most human characters.
Yeah, the only metahumans here are like El Diablo in Killer Croc, who looks awful in that. I hate the way Killer Croc looks in that movie so much, dude. Like, oh my god.
The worst part is I've probably watched Suicide Squad more than any DCEU because I kind of just like to hate watch it.
Me too. I hate watch it all the time. I'm like, why is this movie so bad?
I'm like, it gets funnier and funnier with every watch. I'm like, oh man, it sucks.
Jared Leto's performance is so wild.
I honestly, and I've said this multiple times, and it's just kind of become a headcanon in my thing. I was like, David Ayer, because they always said, oh, David Ayer wrote the script in a few weeks. That was the thing that like apparently the production got so rushed that he wrote it in a few weeks. So I was like, look, this is my headcanon. He found some Justice League Dark script lying around the Warner Brothers like
oh no
lot. And he's like he found it. He's like, you know what? That's my movie. He just like picked it up, fucking took out Justice League Dark.
Yeah.
Just like wrote Suicide Squad.
Scribbled out a couple characters' names and like switched it around and like some weird like love angle that was going on with like Zatanna and somebody else. He turned to like Harley. And I don't know. It's so weird.
And then
god!
And then everybody's like, I want to see more Harley getting like Joker. I was like, no, I don't. I'm good. I'm out of it.
But speaking of Justice League and Suicide Squad, I got this issue too, which is awesome.
I see my boy Mr. Miracle on there.
This issue was only like $5.
I see my boy Mr. Miracle on there.
I would love a Mr. Miracle. Like honestly, I'm at the point where like I just want everyone to have a TV show. Like I would love a Mr. Miracle like HBO Max series, but a movie would also be dope.
I was so heartbroken when I read the story that Ava DuVernay's and Tom King's New Gun was canceled. When I read that, I was like
heartbroken, dude.
I wanted to cry that day.
Whenever he like tweeted, he was like, "Yeah, and that scene with Big Barda and then like ... Oops." Or he was like, "Oops, I guess I can't talk about that." I was like, "Don't give me hope."
Like all fucking Clint Barton. Stop! Don't give me hope.
Stop! Don't give me hope.
I got Heroes in Crisis. Let's just start with my DC stuff.
Yeah, I want to read that so bad. Whenever you sent that,
ooh. Yeah, no, I saw it and I was like, I've been meaning to read it, and I'm a Tom King fanboy. Yeah. Then going into the Harley thing, I got Harleen.
I also need to read. I read the first issue and like didn't get back into it, but really liked it.
I gotta get into it because I wanted to see what they did, and then I got peer pressured by some.
Gio, you know I'm on air, dude. You're a patron. Stop. Literally stop, Gio.
I got peer pressured by some buddies like, do it. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. Got Dark Knight's Death Metal.
Ooh, nice.
So I haven't gotten even into like the original Dark Knight's Metal, but I guess it's my.
What happened?
No, I'm like, I guess it's gonna be like my just me trying to get into the Dark Knight Metal thing.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to. I'll actually save some of these that I've got for like another for another time. But
yeah, no, I'm
'cause
probably
we're coming up on the end here.
Yeah, I'll wrap mine up right now. Like I just got a few more
Sure,
books.
you wrap yours up, and then I'll show off a couple more of mine.
So I got the last volume, the second and final volume of the Sandman Universe Hellblazer run, which Cy Spurrier brought so much
Heard
back.
great things about that.
So Constantine and New 52, Constantine the Hellblazer, the Hellblazer DC Rebirth. It's nothing like classic Constantine. It's Constantine light and like this DC style. This brings it back to basics to like OG Constantine. It's honestly a run everybody should read, and that's why I recommended it to you. And my haul. I got The Family Man. This is volume 4 of the original Vertigo Constantine.
Holy crap!
So that has like issues by Jamie Delano, who wrote the first few Constantine issues. Grant Morrison, Neil Gaiman. So it's like the definitive kind of Constantine stuff. And then so if you're a fan of if you're a fan of The Boys, if you're a fan of Preacher, the Punisher Max series, all of this right here is going to be up your alley. This is Constantine volume 5, 6, 7, and 8, which encapsulates like all of Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon's run on Constantine. Which I'm a Garth Ennis fan because I fucking love Preacher.
Yeah, Preacher is legit. That Preacher was one of those comics that or graphic novels at the time where my mom would like give me like $50 for like the month and like take me to the comic book store and be like, all right, buy whatever you want. And like I picked that out. And she like would never check the content of like what I was reading. And like the dude at the register, I remember being like, this is for your son? And she was like, yep. And he was like, okay. And fucking sold it. And I'm sitting there like 9 years old reading this like, this is really interesting and really fucked up.
Honestly, like I love that whole campaign when it was just like when the TV show was airing and they had like this whole advertising campaign that was like, oh yeah, Preacher's gonna be canceled. Everybody's gonna hate Preacher.
Yeah, like, it was literally like the most like unwatchable show is the way that they like tried to push it, and I loved that.
I loved it so much.
Yeah,
I'm so sad to see it go. I still haven't seen the last season just because I was so sad to see it go.
I waited. I watched the whole first season, really liked what they were doing, and then was like, I kind of fell off because of like school at the time, but I was like, I'll wait until they finish up the show to hop back in so I can binge watch the whole thing. So I'm a big binge watch kind of guy. Like, I don't really do week to week just because there was too much to keep up with. But I'll show some of these off, and then we'll kind of wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm done.
I've got this. It's a reprint, but it's still really cool. It sucks that it's a reprint. I really wish it was the original, but the original is so expensive. Speedy does heroin.
Denny O'Neil, fucking Neil Adams. Rest in peace, Denny O'Neil. That's a fucking classic issue.
Classic issue. And then I'm a big Green Lantern guy.
Same.
We've got the Green Lantern Lover's Return, where Star Sapphire came back. Great crisp art on there. And then we've got Star Sapphire versus John Stewart in the second part of the story. This Star Sapphire look is badass too.
That is badass.
A great look. And then we've got the finale, the death of Star Sapphire, which the art, man.
I fucking love. I'm a fucking big Green Lantern fan, and he's one of the. And people are gonna be like, "What do you mean he's an unsung hero?" He is, like, in terms of like mainstream. The Ryan Reynolds movie put a sour taste of the Green Lantern in everybody's mouth.
Yeah, everyone thinks he's stupid. He's so cool.
Like the Hal Jordan, like Green Lantern is the best. He's a fucking suave dude. He's fucking cocky, but he's a lovable cocky dude.
Yeah, and his like constant conflict with like going back to being evil. You know what I mean? Because like that whole line that ran, like it's so good, dude. Like Green. I will say this for anybody here who has not read Green Lantern, Green Arrow, do yourself a favor. Just buy the whole omnibus. I don't care how expensive it is. Just buy the whole omnibus and read it. Like, there's so much great, like, socio-political commentary that goes on in that series.
It's some of the best. It's some of the best.
Still holds up today.
It really does. Like, the writing, the Denny O'Neil, and, like, the art by Neil Adams, it's just this beautiful story. You know, Green Lantern's pretty much lost all of his powers. He's pretty much grounded to Earth.
Yep.
He's teaming up with the Green Arrow, and all of that commentary is just so beautifully done.
Yeah.
And it's both awesome and sad that it still rings true today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because
there's a lot like as a black guy that like I go through reading that's like this is great that they're bringing this up, but it's like it's tough to read at the same time.
especially when you realize that this is from the 70s, and if
Yeah.
it still rings true today, it still hurts.
Yeah, it really does. But I'll keep it with the Green Lantern theme. I'll show this one off first. This is a really good Star Sapphire cover issue right here. Which Green Lantern is this? This is Green Lantern 192. This was during Jon Stewart's like big run, but I really love that art. And then we've got a real classic one, Green Lantern number 61. This is just really love this cover, dude.
Oh, that's great.
Because at the time it was like, oh, these two Green Lanterns. What are they doing together? Love them, baby. And then I'm a big fan of like gimmick comics. Like I think that they're kind of like dumb but fun, and I think that like covers like this are really cool. Whenever it's like,
oh yeah, no, definitely
just like having fun, like Action Comics number 500, cool stuff. And then the next couple, well, I'll show these ones off first because I don't know which one I'm gonna end it off with yet. Again, I'm a big Captain America guy. I love this Captain America variant cover. It's just nice art. And then this one I bought as a gimmick comic. Like it does the whole like shifts back and forth between being a Captain America and an Iron Man comic. And like it's kind of dumb, but like it's cool. It brings me back to like my childhood of like that sense of wonder going into the comic book store and like not knowing what you want to read. And then my last three are like some that I just think are really fun. We've got Alf by Marvel Comics, number 46, which is great because Alf's just sitting there talking about how like comic books are fine, but like he really wants to be a director. So it's great. Which one am I going to show off? I'll show off this one. We got this Transformers issue that I had no idea about. Transformers and Spider-Man collab together. Yeah, I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah, because a lot of the when IDW does a lot of the reprints of the classic Marvel stuff, IDW can't publish anything that has Marvel characters.
Nope.
So there's like a bunch of, I think even that legal gray area where there's like Transformer characters, like there are 4 Transformers, but I think if they were made by Marvel, I think there's a legal gray area.
Yes. Like some Transformers that like were like some of the characters that were made by Marvel, it's like, well, you can't have those.
Yeah, because those
literally no one can use them. Like they're just there.
And even Marvel can't use them because it's like, what are you going to do? Bring in a Transformers character into the Marvel universe?
Yeah, without like Optimus Prime or like Bumblebee or any of those people. But like, I never read any Transformers comics as a kid, other than like the G.I. Joe Transformers run. Which at the time that I bought this, I went in for that, but I found this instead, so I went for that. But because it was at Half Price Books, they had them for like $20. They had literally like the whole run. Each issue was like $20. Transformers, G.I. Joe, and then a lot of them were really good condition. Not like I just didn't have the money, so I was like, all right, I'll go in a couple of days and I get paid. And when I went in, they were all sold out except they had this one issue.
That's a beautiful cover, though. It's beautiful.
But they also had this one, which I think I'll leave it off on. Alias Comics number 1, during the whole like Marvel Max series that they were doing with like different characters, like really showing like really grounded, really adult content with like Marvel characters, which was a lot of fun. And it was also around the same time that like I was actually getting into comics. So like I went in with like all this money, and I remember buying this issue and like not having it until now, and like reading Punisher Max and things like that, and like being a really innocent child asking my mom about like sex trafficking and like child pornography and all these things that like I should not have been looking into at the time, but like being mature enough to like understand that like these were bad things and like it was bad, but like these heroes were doing what they could to like stand up against it, and just falling in love with characters like Jessica Jones and Punisher and the Deadpool Max storyline, like all that kind of stuff.
I've given Bendis a lot of crap because like he does some really good stuff, and then there's just some stuff where I'm just like, you know what, it's not really good. Jessica Jones is by far my favorite Bendis thing. Ever.
I agree.
As much as I love his Ultimate Spider-Man stuff, I love his Miles Morales stuff. Jessica Jones was that one run that that cemented me as like an adult comic book reader. Like this is this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. It's also like really cool the way that they like weave her character in to the fold of Marvel, being like, oh, she's really been here the whole time. Like this is kind of like her backstory and like why she's not been around in the main like as a mainstay. And it's like I really love the way that they do that. But
it's so beautifully written. I love the art. I love everything.
The art. Oh, the art is so good, dude. But Bendis, yeah, he's hit or miss for me on some things. I do love his Miles run, but there's one issue that I hate in the Miles run where like it's revealed for the first time that like Miles is a person of color, and like this girl's like, isn't it so cool that like our Spider-Man's brown? And like Miles is like, but why should it matter? I'm like, Miles would not say that. Yeah, that is not something Miles would say. Miles would fully embrace the fact. Like Miles is like wants people to know. You know what I mean? Like
definitely.
It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways,
we
showed off a lot. I still have a lot, but I'm gonna save it because I could be here for hours showing off everything that I have. So we'll save it for next month. This was a lot of fun, man. I mean, we're just kind of sitting here having fun, showing off our comics, showing off our geek stuff. Oh, this is one thing I'll show off too. Shout out to Rachel. If anyone watches the movie commentaries, they got me like this really cool.
X-Men.
This X-Men the Animated Series VHS tape because like I'm a big VHS tape collector. Like I just really like them. It's literally one episode. It's one episode on this one VHS tape, and that's what makes me love it even more because it's so ridiculous that it's like how far we've come with technology.
Honestly, like how far we've come, and like you can purchase a whole series in this one box set, whereas before like you only got an episode on this tape.
Yeah, 1 or 2 episodes on this tape. Like I remember being a kid watching VeggieTales a lot and like had VHS tapes where it was like 2 episodes on one VHS tape and like literally ruining the VHS tape because I rewound it so many times.
Oh, that was me with Scooby-Doo. I was a big Scooby-Doo fan.
Scooby-Doo, like all those Hanna-Barbera things, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But it's been a lot of fun. We'll be back here the same time, the same next month. For those of you guys who are watching it early on the Patreon, thank you guys so much for being here. Like, I really appreciate that. Like, you guys just don't even understand how much that means to me. But for those of you guys who are catching the replay of this or the VOD, whatever you want to call it, on my YouTube channel when it's public, definitely go check out the Patreon if you guys want to see more stuff. I'm going to go ahead and announce it today. Our fan casting show is happening, and it is going to be starting next Friday. No matter where you're watching it on, it'll be next Friday for you guys. So if you're watching on the Patreon, it'll be next Friday. If you're watching it public, it'll be next Friday. So I'll leave it at that. Definitely go check out the Patreon for the announcements on that. Alex, you want to plug it up? Tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, no. So on Twitter, you can find me like let's see, where it's right here. I literally put right here on the screen. I have my Twitter handle, so you can find me right here.
Yep, always talking about like fun comic book stuff, all that good stuff. Just be sure to keep up with this, guys. You guys already know where you can find me. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you later.
Peace, everybody.
Peace.